You know what, Margaret? You're absolutely worthless, and everyone in this family knows it.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me, Sarah?
You heard me perfectly. Worthless. A burden. A waste of space taking up room in this house that could be put to better use.
Sarah, I cannot believe those words just came out of your mouth. I am your mother-in-law and I deserve respect.
Respect? For what exactly? For sitting around all day doing nothing while the rest of us work? For being a financial drain on this family?
Financial drain. Sarah, this is my house. The house I bought with my late husband 40 years ago.
Was your house. Now it's practically ours since we pay for everything around here, while you contribute absolutely nothing.
I contribute nothing. I raised your husband. I gave him the values and work ethic that made him successful enough to marry someone like you.
Someone like me? What's that supposed to mean, Margaret?
Someone who clearly has no concept of gratitude or respect for the people who came before her.
Gratitude? I should be grateful to you? For what exactly? For making my life miserable every single day since I married David?
Making your life miserable? Sarah, I have bent over backwards to accommodate you in my own home.
Your home? This stopped being your home the day you became too old and useless to take care of it yourself.
Too old and useless? Sarah, I am 72 years old and I still cook, clean, and maintain this household better than most people half my age.
Oh, please. When was the last time you actually contributed anything meaningful? When was the last time you brought in any income?
I raised 3 children in this house. I worked as a nurse for 35 years before I retired. I think I've earned the right to rest.
Earned the right? Nobody earns the right to be a burden on their family. Nobody earns the right to be dead weight.
Dead weight. Is that really how you see me, Sarah?
It's how everyone sees you, Margaret. David's just too nice to say it to your face, but we all know the truth.
And what truth is that exactly?
That you're holding this family back. That we could have a real life if we didn't have to take care of you constantly.
Take care of me? Sarah, I take care of myself. I pay my own medical bills, I buy my own groceries.
With what money? The tiny Social Security check that barely covers your medication? Please.
I also have my savings and my pension from the hospital.
Savings that are disappearing faster than snow in summer? How long do you think that's going to last?
Long enough for me to live with dignity in my own home.
Dignity? There's no dignity in being a burden, Margaret. There's no dignity in forcing your son to support you when he should be building a future with his wife.
Building a future? Sarah, you've been married to my son for 3 years, and what exactly have you built?
We've built a life together. A life that would be so much better without you constantly interfering.
Interfering? How exactly do I interfere in your life?
Are you serious? You question every decision we make. You comment on how we spend our money. You act like you have a say in our marriage.
I care about my son's happiness. If that's interfering, then I suppose I'm guilty as charged.
Your son's happiness? David would be so much happier if he didn't have to worry about you all the time.
Worry about me? Sarah, what exactly does David have to worry about regarding me?
Everything. Your health, your finances, your constant need for attention and validation.
My need for attention? Sarah, I spend most of my days alone in this house trying not to bother anyone.
Trying not to bother anyone. You're the biggest bother this family has. You're like a dark cloud hanging over everything we do.
A dark cloud? Sarah, that's incredibly cruel, even for you.
Cruel but true. Do you know how embarrassing it is to have friends over and have to explain why there's an old lady shuffling around the house?
Shuffling around? This is my house, Sarah. I have every right to move freely in my own home.
Your house! Your house! You keep saying that like it means something. Like it gives you some kind of power.
It gives me the right to be treated with basic human decency under my own roof.
Basic human decency? You want to talk about decency? Where was your decency when you tried to turn David against me?
Turn David against you? Sarah, I have never done any such thing.
Really? What about when you told him he was rushing into marriage? What about when you said I wasn't good enough for him?
I never said you weren't good enough for him. I said I hoped you would make him happy.
That's the same thing and you know it. You've been trying to sabotage our relationship from day one.
Sarah, if I wanted to sabotage your relationship, don't you think I would have been more direct about it?
Oh, you've been direct enough. The constant criticism, the passive-aggressive comments, the way you undermine everything I try to do.
Undermine? Sarah, can you give me a specific example of how I've undermined you?
Last week when I was redecorating the living room and you said it looked too modern, that was undermining.
I simply said I preferred the traditional look we had before. That's called having an opinion.
An opinion nobody asked for. An opinion from someone who doesn't even contribute to the household expenses.
Sarah, we seem to keep coming back to money. Is that really what this is about?
Of course it's about money. Everything is about money when you're trying to build a life, and there's a financial drain holding you back.
Financial drain. You keep using that phrase. How exactly am I a financial drain on this family?
Your medical bills, your food, your utilities, your endless prescriptions. Do you think that all comes free?
Sarah, I pay my own medical bills through my insurance. I buy my own food with my own money.
Your own money that's running out faster than you want to admit. What happens when that's gone, Margaret?
When that's gone, I'll figure something out. I always have.
Figure something out. You're 72 years old. There is no figuring something out. There's only becoming more of a burden.
Sarah, why are you being so intentionally cruel today? What has brought this on?
What's brought this on? Reality, Margaret. The reality that David and I can't move forward with our lives while we're stuck taking care of you.
Stuck taking care of me? Sarah, what exactly do you and David do to take care of me?
We worry about you constantly. We can't travel because we're afraid something will happen to you. We can't make long-term plans because we don't know what your situation will be.
My situation is stable. I'm healthy for my age, I'm financially secure, and I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
Financially secure? Margaret, you're living in a fantasy. Your savings are dwindling and you refuse to face reality.
What reality exactly do you think I need to face, Sarah?
The reality that you're old, you're becoming more expensive to maintain, and you're holding back people who still have their whole lives ahead of them.
Expensive to maintain? Sarah, I'm a human being, not a car.
You're a human being who's outlived her usefulness and refuses to admit it.
Outlived my usefulness? Is that really how you see elderly people, Sarah?
I see elderly people who accept reality and plan accordingly. I see elderly people who don't burden their children with their problems.
And how exactly should I plan accordingly? What would make you happy, Sarah?
What would make me happy? What would make me happy is if you would stop pretending you're going to live forever and start making practical decisions.
Practical decisions like what?
Like downsizing, like moving to a retirement community where you belong, like accepting that your time in this house is over.
My time in this house is over? Sarah, I've lived in this house for 4 decades. This house holds 40 years of memories.
Memories don't pay the bills, Margaret. Memories don't make you any less of a burden on the people around you.
Sarah, I need to ask you something directly. Does David know you feel this way about me?
David knows exactly how I feel. He just doesn't have the courage to say it himself.
I find that very hard to believe. David has never been anything but loving and respectful toward me.
David is too nice for his own good. He's too nice to tell you that you're holding him back from the life he deserves.
The life he deserves? And what life is that, Sarah?
A life where we can buy our own house. A life where we can start our own family without worrying about you. A life where we can be young and free.
Young and free? Sarah, you're 34 years old. You're hardly a teenager.
I'm young enough to want a real life with my husband. I'm young enough to not want to spend my 30s taking care of someone else's mother.
Taking care of me? Sarah, what exactly do you do to take care of me?
I live with the constant stress of knowing that at any moment you could have a medical emergency and it would become our problem.
My medical emergency would become your problem? Sarah, I have excellent health insurance and a detailed living will.
Insurance doesn't cover everything, Margaret. And living wills don't prevent David from feeling obligated to drop everything if something happens to you.
Obligated. Sarah, David cares about me because he loves me, not because he feels obligated.
Love? Obligation? Whatever you want to call it. The bottom line is you're a weight around his neck and you refuse to see it.
A weight around his neck. Sarah, that's an incredibly hurtful thing to say about your husband's mother.
Hurtful but true. Do you know what David said to me last night, Margaret?
I'm sure you're going to tell me whether I want to hear it or not.
He said he feels guilty for wanting his own life because he knows you depend on him. He said he feels trapped.
Trapped? David said he feels trapped?
Those were his exact words. Trapped by obligation to a mother who won't accept that her time is up.
Okay. You know what, Sarah? I think it's time you learned exactly who you're talking to.
Oh, please, Margaret, don't try to intimidate me. We both know you have no power here.
No power? Sarah, do you know what my net worth is?
Your net worth? Margaret, you live on Social Security and a tiny pension. Don't try to pretend you're wealthy.
My Social Security is $2,800 a month. My pension is $3,200. Later to be a list. But that's not where my real money comes from.
Real money? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the life insurance policy my husband left me. $500,000 that I invested wisely 30 years ago.
500,000. That's impossible. If you had that kind of money, why would you live so modestly?
Because, unlike some people, I understand the value of money and the importance of not flaunting wealth.
You're lying. If you had that kind of money, David would have told me.
David doesn't know the full extent of my finances because I never saw the need to discuss it. Until now.
Until now? What's that supposed to mean?
It means that 30 years of careful investing has turned that 500,000 into something much more substantial.
How much? More substantial, Margaret.
$2.7 million in various investment accounts, plus this house, which is worth another 400,000.
That's impossible. You're making this up.
I have the statements upstairs if you'd like to see them. Would you like me to get them, Sarah?
You're really worth over $3 million?
3.1 million to be exact. And until today, I had planned to leave most of it to David and his future children.
Had planned? What do you mean had planned?
I mean that conversation we just had has made me reconsider who deserves to inherit my life's work.
Margaret, wait. I think there's been a misunderstanding here.
A misunderstanding? Sarah, you called me worthless, useless, and a burden. Which part of that was misunderstood?
I was having a bad day. I didn't mean those things.
You didn't mean them. So when you said I was a financial drain, that was just you having a bad day?
Yes, exactly. I was stressed about other things and I took it out on you unfairly.
Other things? What other things, Sarah?
Work stuff? Marriage stuff? You know how it is when everything piles up at once.
I do know how it is. I also know the difference between stress talking and someone revealing their true feelings.
My true feelings? Margaret, my true feelings are that you're family and I respect you.
Respect me. 5 minutes ago you told me I had outlived my usefulness. Was that respect?
That was wrong of me to say. I apologize.
You apologize? How convenient that your apology comes right after you learned about my financial situation.
That's not why I'm apologizing. I'm apologizing because I realized I was being cruel and unfair.
Cruel and unfair. Yes, you were. But more importantly, you were being honest about how you really see me.
How I really see you? Margaret, I see you as David's mother and an important part of this family.
An important part of the family who should move to a retirement home because my time in this house is over?
I didn't mean that literally. I was just thinking about everyone's comfort and happiness.
Everyone's comfort? Or just your comfort, Sarah?
Look, maybe I was being selfish. Maybe I wasn't thinking about your feelings the way I should have.
Maybe? Sarah, you told me I was worthless. There's no maybe about the cruelty of that statement.
You're right. It was cruel. It was horrible. I don't know what came over me.
I know what came over you. You thought you were talking to a powerless old woman who had no choice but to take your abuse.
That's not true, Margaret. I would never intentionally abuse anyone.
Intentionally? Sarah, you spent the last hour systematically trying to destroy my self-worth. How was that not intentional?
I was frustrated, and I said things I shouldn't have said. Can we please just move past this?
Move past this? Sarah, you've given me a very clear picture of what my life would be like if I remained dependent on your goodwill.
Dependent? Margaret, you're not dependent on anyone. You just said you're worth over $3 million.
Exactly. Which means I have choices. Choices I didn't think I had before this conversation.
What kind of choices?
The choice to live wherever I want. The choice to associate with people who actually value me. The choice to leave my money to people who deserve it.
People who deserve it? Margaret, David is your son. Of course he deserves to inherit from you.
David? Yes, David deserves something. But his wife? His wife who thinks I'm worthless. That's a different question entirely.
Margaret, please don't punish David for my mistakes. He loves you and respects you.
Does he? Or does he just hide his true feelings better than you do?
He genuinely loves you. He talks about you all the time. He worries about you constantly.
He worries about me. Earlier you said that worry was a burden on him. You said he felt trapped by his obligation to me.
I was exaggerating. I was trying to make a point and I went too far.
You were trying to make a point by lying about what my son said?
Not lying exactly. More like interpreting his feelings in a way that supported my argument.
Interpreting his feelings? Sarah, did David actually say he felt trapped?
Not in those exact words, no.
What were his exact words?
He said, he sometimes wishes we could afford our own place so we could have more privacy.
He wants privacy. That's completely normal for a married couple. That's not the same as feeling trapped by me.
No, you're right. It's not the same thing. I twisted his words to make my point.
You twisted his words to be cruel to me. There's a difference, Sarah.
Margaret, I know I've hurt you deeply today. How can I make this right?
Make this right? Sarah, you've shown me exactly who you are and how you really feel about me.
But people can change. People can grow and learn from their mistakes.
Can they? Or do they just get better at hiding their true nature when it's convenient?
I want to be better. I want to treat you with the respect and kindness you deserve.
The respect and kindness I deserve? An hour ago you didn't think I deserved basic human dignity.
An hour ago, I was being stupid and selfish. I see that now.
You see that now because you learned I'm not the powerless old woman you thought I was.
That's not the only reason, Margaret. I see it because I realized how much I was hurting someone David loves.
Someone David loves. But not someone you love. Not someone you respect. Not someone you consider family.
I do consider you family. You're my mother-in-law, and that means something to me.
It means something to you now. It didn't mean anything to you when you thought I was worthless.
Margaret, please, can we start over? Can we pretend this conversation never happened?
Pretend it never happened. Sarah, this conversation has been the most honest exchange we've ever had.
Honest. It was horrible. I said terrible things that I don't even believe.
You don't believe I'm worthless? You don't believe I'm a burden? You don't believe I've outlived my usefulness?
No, I don't believe any of those things. I was angry and I said things to hurt you.
You said things to hurt me. That tells me everything I need to know about your character, Sarah.
My character. Margaret, everyone says things they don't mean when they're upset.
Do they? When I'm upset, I might raise my voice or say I'm disappointed. I don't try to destroy someone's sense of self-worth.
You're right. What I did was wrong and there's no excuse for it.
No excuse, and apparently no real remorse until you learned about my financial situation.
There is real remorse. I feel terrible about what I said to you.
You feel terrible now. You didn't feel terrible when you were saying it. You felt powerful.
Powerful. No, I felt frustrated and angry.
You felt powerful because you thought you were punching down at someone who couldn't fight back.
That's not. I would never intentionally pick on someone weaker than me.
Wouldn't you? Then explain the last hour, Sarah. Explain why you chose today to tell me exactly what you think of me.
I don't know why I chose today. I guess everything just built up and I exploded.
Everything built up? What everything?
The feeling that David and I can't move forward with our lives. The feeling that we're stuck.
Stuck because of me. Because I'm a burden holding you back.
I thought that's how I felt, but now I see I was wrong.
Now you see you were wrong because now you know I'm not actually holding you back financially.
That's part of it, yes. But it's also because I see how much I hurt you.
How much you hurt me. Sarah, do you understand that words like worthless and useless can't be taken back?
I know they can't be taken back, but they can be forgiven. They can be overcome.
Can they? When someone shows you who they really are, should you believe them?
Sometimes people show you their worst side first. Sometimes they grow into their better side.
Sometimes. But usually when someone shows you their worst side, it's because that's who they really are underneath.
That's not who I really am, Margaret. The person who said those things to you is not the real me.
Isn't it? Then who is the real you, Sarah?
The real me is someone who cares about family. Someone who wants everyone to be happy and comfortable.
Everyone to be happy and comfortable? Including me?
Yes, including you. Especially you.
Especially me? The woman you called worthless 30 minutes ago?
I called you worthless because I was frustrated and angry. It had nothing to do with how I really see you.
It had everything to do with how you really see me, Sarah. Anger doesn't create feelings, it reveals them.
That's not always true. Sometimes anger makes us say things we don't mean at all.
Sometimes. But the specific words you chose, the specific attacks you made, those came from somewhere real.
They came from a place of stress and frustration, not from a place of genuine belief.
Stress and frustration about what exactly?
About feeling like David and I don't have enough independence in our marriage.
Independence from me. Independence from the burden I represent.
Not independence from you personally. Independence to make our own choices without worrying about how they affect anyone else.
Anyone else meaning me. Sarah, it's okay to admit that you see me as an obstacle to your happiness.
I don't see you as an obstacle, Margaret. I see you as a complication sometimes.
A complication. That's interesting. What kind of complication?
The kind where David feels responsible for your well-being, and that responsibility affects decisions we make as a couple.
Decisions like what?
Like where we live, how we spend our money, how we plan for the future.
And you resent that responsibility.
I don't resent it exactly. I just wish it wasn't necessary.
You wish I wasn't part of your lives. You wish David didn't have a mother who needed consideration.
I wish the situation was simpler. I wish everyone could get what they wanted without anyone having to sacrifice.
What is it that you want, Sarah?
I want a marriage where David and I can focus on building our own life together,
Without interference from me.
without having to consider anyone else's needs when we make major decisions.
Anyone else meaning me. Sarah, you keep dancing around the truth, but we both know what you really want.
What do I really want, Margaret?
You want me out of your lives. You want David to choose between his mother and his wife.
That's not fair. I would never ask David to choose between us.
You wouldn't ask him directly, but you'd make life so unpleasant that he'd feel he had no choice.
I wouldn't do that, Margaret. I'm not that manipulative.
Aren't you? What do you call what you did today?
Okay, maybe I was being manipulative. But Margaret, that doesn't mean I don't care about you.
Care about me? Sarah, caring about someone doesn't involve calling them worthless and trying to convince them to leave their own home.
I know how it looks, but people who care about each other can still have conflicts and say hurtful things.
Conflicts, yes. Systematic emotional abuse designed to make someone feel worthless? That's something different entirely.
Emotional abuse? Margaret, that's a very strong accusation. I would never abuse anyone.
What would you call spending an hour telling someone they're worthless, useless, and a burden on everyone around them?
I would call it a very bad mistake made by someone who is frustrated and not thinking clearly.
Not thinking clearly. Sarah, your attacks were very specific and very calculated. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Margaret, please don't make this bigger than it needs to be. Can't we just agree that I made a mistake and move forward?
Move forward? Sarah, you've shown me exactly how you plan to treat me for the rest of my life if you think you can get away with it.
That's not true. This was a one-time thing brought on by stress and frustration.
A one-time thing? Sarah, be honest with me. Is this really the first time you've felt this way about me?
Well, no. I've had these feelings before, but I've never expressed them like this.
So you've been harboring resentment toward me for how long exactly?
Maybe since the beginning of my marriage to David. But that doesn't mean I don't also have positive feelings toward you.
Since the beginning of your marriage. 3 years of hidden resentment, and today it all came pouring out.
Hidden because I knew it wasn't fair to you, and I was trying to work through those feelings on my own.
Work through them by planning ways to get me out of your life? Work through them by fantasizing about me moving to a retirement home.
I wasn't fantasizing about it. I was just considering options that might make everyone happier.
Everyone happier. You mean options that would make you happier while convincing yourself it was best for everyone.
Maybe that's true. Maybe I was being selfish and trying to justify it.
Definitely that's true. The question now is what I'm going to do with this information about your true character.
My true character? Margaret, everyone has thoughts and feelings they're not proud of. That doesn't define their entire character.
Doesn't it? When someone shows you who they are when they think they have power over you, isn't that their true character?
People are more complex than their worst moments, Margaret. I'm more complex than what you saw today.
Perhaps. But I'm 72 years old, Sarah. I don't have time to wait around hoping you'll grow into a better person.
You don't have to wait around hoping. I can show you right now that I'm capable of being better.
How exactly would you show me that?
By treating you with respect and kindness from this moment forward. By making sure you feel valued and appreciated in this family.
Making sure I feel valued and appreciated. Sarah, 30 minutes ago you told me I had outlived my usefulness.
30 minutes ago, I was being horrible. But people can change, Margaret. People can learn from their mistakes.
Some people can change, others just get better at hiding who they really are.
I want to change. I want to be the kind of daughter-in-law you deserve.
The kind of daughter-in-law I deserve. What kind would that be, Sarah?
The kind who treats you like beloved family. The kind who appreciates everything you've done for David and respects your place in his life.
My place in his life. And what place would that be?
You're his mother. You raised him to be the man I fell in love with. You deserve gratitude and respect for that.
Gratitude and respect. Two things you've never shown me in 3 years of marriage.
That's not true, Margaret. I've always been polite and respectful toward you.
Polite and respectful on the surface while resenting my existence underneath. That's not respect, Sarah, that's performance.
Maybe it started as performance, but feelings can change. Real respect can grow from performed respect.
Can it, or does performed respect just become a more sophisticated form of manipulation?
I don't want to manipulate you, Margaret. I want to have a genuine, positive relationship with you.
You want that now. Now that you know I'm not the powerless old woman you thought you could push around.
I want it because I realize how wrong I was about everything. About you, about the situation, about what's best for this family.
What do you think is best for this family, Sarah?
I think what's best is for all of us to live together in harmony, with mutual respect and consideration.
Mutual respect and consideration. From someone who called me worthless an hour ago.
From someone who learned something important about herself today and wants to do better.
Wants to do better now that she knows there are consequences for her cruelty.
The consequences aren't why I want to do better, Margaret. I want to do better because I saw how much I hurt someone I should care about.
Should care about. That's interesting phrasing. Not someone you do care about, but someone you should care about.
I do care about you. I know I have a terrible way of showing it, but I do care.
You care about me? Sarah, caring about someone means wanting their happiness and well-being. When have you ever wanted my happiness?
I want your happiness now. I want you to be comfortable and content in your own home.
You want that now, after learning that your comfort depends on my goodwill.
That's not the only reason I want it, Margaret. I want it because it's the right thing to want.
The right thing to want. How convenient that you discovered the right thing to want immediately after learning about my financial situation.
Look, I admit the timing is suspicious, but sometimes it takes a shock to make someone see clearly.
A shock like learning that the person you've been abusing isn't actually powerless?
A shock like realizing that I've been treating someone badly who didn't deserve it.
Didn't deserve it. Sarah, what would make someone deserve the treatment you gave me today?
Nothing. Nobody deserves to be treated the way I treated you.
Nobody deserves it, but you did it anyway, to someone you claim to care about.
I did it because I was angry and frustrated, and I took those feelings out on the wrong person.
The wrong person? Or the person you thought couldn't fight back?
Maybe I did think you couldn't fight back. Maybe I thought you had to just take whatever I said.
You thought I had to take your abuse because I was dependent on you and David for my well-being.
Yes. And that was wrong of me. That was cowardly and cruel.
Cowardly and cruel. Yes, it was. But more than that, it was revealing.
Revealing of what?
Revealing of what kind of person you become when you think you have power over someone vulnerable.
That's not who I really am, Margaret. That's who I became in a moment of weakness.
A moment of weakness that lasted an hour and included systematic attacks on my worth as a human being.
I know how bad it sounds when you put it like that.
It sounds bad because it was bad, Sarah. There's no other way to put it.
You're right. It was bad. Inexcusably bad. But it's not who I want to be.
Who you want to be. Sarah, I'm much more interested in who you actually are than who you want to be.
Who I actually am is someone who made a terrible mistake and wants to make it right.
Who you actually are is someone who spent an hour trying to destroy an elderly woman's self-worth because you thought you could get away with it.
That's the worst interpretation of what happened here today.
It's the accurate interpretation of what happened here today.
Margaret, please. I'm begging you to give me a chance to show you that I can be better.
You're begging me. How interesting. An hour ago you were demanding that I leave my own home.
An hour ago I was being stupid and cruel. I'm not that person anymore.
You're not that person anymore. Sarah, it's been 1 hour. People don't fundamentally change in 1 hour.
They can when they realize they've made a terrible mistake. They can when they see the consequences of their actions.
The consequences of their actions. Yes, let's talk about consequences, Sarah.
What kind of consequences?
Well, for starters, I think it's time I had a conversation with my lawyer about updating my will.
Your will. Margaret, please don't make any hasty decisions based on one bad conversation.
Hasty decisions? Sarah, I've been thinking about my estate planning for months. Today's conversation just clarified some things for me.
What did it clarify?
It clarified who in this family actually values me and who sees me as an obstacle to their happiness.
I don't see you as an obstacle, Margaret. I was wrong to ever think of you that way.
You were wrong, but you did think of me that way. For 3 years, you've thought of me that way.
Yes, not for 3 years. Only sometimes when I was feeling frustrated about other things.
Sometimes when you were feeling frustrated, you saw me as worthless and useless. That's even worse, Sarah.
How is it worse?
Because it means your respect for me is conditional. It means when life gets difficult, your true feelings about me surface.
That's not. I mean, everyone's patience gets tested sometimes.
Patience is one thing. Systematic emotional abuse is something else entirely.
Margaret, what can I do to convince you that I'm genuinely sorry and that this will never happen again?
Nothing.
Nothing. There must be something I can do to earn your forgiveness.
Forgiveness and trust are two different things, Sarah. I might eventually forgive you, but I will never trust you again.
Never trust me again? That seems extreme for one bad conversation.
One bad conversation where you revealed 3 years of hidden resentment and showed me exactly how you treat people you perceive as powerless.
I understand why you don't trust me right now, but surely trust can be rebuilt over time.
Can it? When someone shows you that they're capable of sustained cruelty towards someone they claim to care about.
People are capable of change, Margaret. People are capable of growth and redemption.
Some people are. Others are just capable of better performance when they know they're being watched.
I want to be the kind of person who's capable of real change.
What you want and what you're capable of may be two very different things.
How will we know unless you give me the chance to prove it?
We won't know. And frankly, Sarah, at my age, I'm not interested in gambling my remaining years on your potential for growth.
My potential for growth? Margaret, I'm 34 years old. I have decades left to become a better person.
You have decades left, but I don't. I have perhaps 10 or 15 good years remaining, and I refuse to spend them walking on eggshells around someone who's shown me such cruelty.
You wouldn't have to walk on eggshells. I would treat you with nothing but respect and kindness from now on.
From now on, because you know I'm not powerless. But what happens the next time you forget that I have options?
There won't be a next time, Margaret. Today was a wake-up call that I desperately needed. Today was you showing me who you really are when you think there are no consequences for your actions. Margaret, please don't judge my entire character based on one terrible conversation. I'm begging you.
One terrible conversation that revealed 3 years of hidden resentment. Sarah, I've made my decision.
Oh, what decision? Margaret, what are you going to do?
I'm going to call my lawyer first thing Monday morning and completely rewrite my will.
Rewrite your will. Margaret, that's a huge decision. Maybe you should think about it for a few weeks first.
I've been thinking about it for the past hour, while you've been showing me your true character. I don't need any more time.
But what about David? He's your son. Surely you're not going to punish him for my mistakes.
David will receive something, but not what he would have received if he had married someone who actually respected his mother.
Oh, how much will David receive?
David will receive this house and $50,000, enough to start over somewhere else with someone who deserves him.
Oh, $50,000. Margaret, you said you're worth over $3 million. What happens to the rest?
The rest goes to charity, organizations that actually help people instead of calling them worthless.
Charity? You're giving $3 million to charity because I said some things I didn't mean?
I'm giving $3 million to charity because you showed me that leaving it to family would be a mistake.
Oh, Margaret, this is insane. You can't disinherit your own son because his wife had a bad day.
I'm not disinheriting my son. I'm protecting my money from someone who would use it to make my son's life miserable.
Oh, I would never make David's life miserable. I love David.
You love David, but you resent everything that comes with him, including his mother who helped shape him into the man you claim to love.
Oh, I don't resent everything that comes with him. I just wanted us to have more independence as a couple.
Independence from me. Independence from the burden of caring about anyone other than yourselves.
Oh, that's not fair, Margaret. Wanting independence doesn't make someone selfish. Oh,
Calling your husband's mother worthless and trying to convince her to leave her own home does make someone selfish.
I apologized for that. I admitted I was wrong. What more can I do?
Nothing. There's nothing you can do now, Sarah. The damage is done.
The damage is done? Margaret, we're family. Family forgives each other and moves forward.
Family also respects each other and treats each other with basic human dignity. You've shown you're incapable of both.
I am capable of both. I just need a chance to prove it.
You've had 3 years to prove it. Instead, you've spent 3 years building up resentment and waiting for the right moment to unleash it.
I wasn't waiting for the right moment. Today just happened because I was frustrated about other things.
What other things, Sarah? What could possibly frustrate you enough to spend an hour trying to destroy an elderly woman's self-worth?
I was frustrated about feeling stuck, about feeling like David and I couldn't move forward with our lives.
Stuck because of me. Because I exist and require consideration in your husband's life.
Stuck because we can't afford our own place, while also worrying about your future care needs.
My future care needs? Sarah, I have excellent health insurance and enough money to pay for any care I might need.
But David doesn't know that. He worries about what will happen if you need expensive medical care or long-term care.
He worries because he cares about me, because unlike his wife, he actually loves me.
I could love you too, Margaret, if you gave me the chance.
You could perform love if it benefited you. Real love requires respect, and you've proven you have none for me.
I have respect for you now. I see how wrong I was about everything.
You have fear now. Fear of the consequences of your cruelty. That's not the same as respect.
It's not just fear, Margaret. It's genuine remorse for hurting someone who didn't deserve it.
Someone who didn't deserve it this time. But what about next time when you're frustrated about something else?
There won't be a next time. I swear to you this.
You swear to me. Sarah, your word means nothing to me now. Less than nothing.
My word has to mean something. We're going to be living in the same house. We have to find a way to coexist.
Actually, we don't.
What do you mean we don't?
I mean, I'm not planning to coexist with someone who's shown me such disrespect and cruelty.
You're not planning to coexist? Margaret, this is your house. You said so yourself.
It is my house, which means I decide who's welcome here and who isn't.
You're kicking us out? Margaret, you can't kick us out. David is your son.
David is welcome here any time. You, however, are not.
You can't separate me from my husband. You can't make him choose between us.
I'm not making him choose. I'm simply making it clear that you are no longer welcome in my home.
David will never agree to that. He'll never leave me to live with you.
Then David can find somewhere else to live with his wife who thinks his mother is worthless.
Margaret, please. You're destroying this family over one conversation.
I'm not destroying this family. You destroyed this family when you showed me your true character.
My true character. Margaret, you're being incredibly harsh and unforgiving.
Harsh and unforgiving? Sarah, you spent an hour telling me I was worthless and should leave my own home. How is that not harsh and unforgiving?
It was harsh and unforgiving, but people can learn from their mistakes and do better.
Some people can. You've had 3 years to do better, and instead you've gotten worse.
I haven't gotten worse. Today was an anomaly brought on by stress and frustration.
Today was you finally saying out loud what you've been thinking for 3 years.
Even if that's true, can't people change? Can't people grow beyond their worst impulses?
At 72 years old, I don't have time to wait around hoping my daughter-in-law will grow beyond her worst impulses.
You don't have to wait around hoping. I can show you right now that I'm different.
You can show me right now that you're scared. That's not the same as being different.
I am scared, but I'm also genuinely sorry. I'm genuinely ashamed of how I treated you.
Genuinely ashamed now that you know there are consequences. Where was your shame when you thought I was powerless?
I should have been ashamed then too. I should have stopped myself before I said those terrible things.
Yes, you should have. But you didn't. And that tells me everything I need to know about your character.
It tells you about my character in one moment of weakness. It doesn't tell you about my capacity for growth and change.
It tells me about your character when you think you have power over someone vulnerable. That's the most important test of character there is.
Maybe it is the most important test, and maybe I failed it today. But failure doesn't mean I can't pass it next time.
There won't be a next time, Sarah. At least not with me.
Not with you. What does that mean?
It means I'm going to make sure I never have to endure your cruelty again.
How are you going to do that?
I've already started. The conversation with my lawyer is just the beginning.
The beginning of what, Margaret?
The beginning of removing you from my life completely. And removing any possibility that you'll benefit from my death.
Removing any possibility. Margaret, what exactly are you planning?
I'm planning to live the rest of my life surrounded by people who actually value me. And I'm planning to leave my money to organizations that will use it to help people rather than hurt them.
Organizations that will use it to help people? Margaret, David and I could use that money to help people too.
Could you? Or would you use it to buy yourselves a bigger house and a more comfortable life while telling yourselves you deserve it?
We would be responsible with it. We would honor your memory and use it wisely.
Honor my memory? Sarah, you called me worthless. How exactly would you honor the memory of someone you consider worthless?
I don't consider you worthless. I said that in anger, and I regret it more than you can possibly imagine.
You regret it because it's going to cost you $3 million. If I were actually worthless, you wouldn't regret it at all.
That's not true, Margaret. I would regret hurting anyone the way I hurt you today, regardless of the financial consequences.
Would you? Then why did you do it in the first place?
Because I was angry and frustrated, and I made a terrible mistake.
You made a calculated decision to be cruel to someone you thought couldn't fight back. That's not a mistake, Sarah, that's a character flaw.
Maybe it is a character flaw, but character flaws can be worked on and improved.
At 34 years old, your character is pretty well established. This is who you are.
This is who I was today. It's not who I have to be tomorrow, or next week, or next year.
Tomorrow and next week and next year you'll be the same person who spent an hour trying to convince an elderly woman that she was worthless.
Margaret, please. I know I've hurt you deeply, but please don't let one conversation destroy our entire relationship.
One conversation where you revealed your true feelings about me. One conversation where you showed me exactly what kind of person you become when you think you have power.
I showed you my worst side. Everyone has a worst side, Margaret.
Everyone has a worst side, but not everyone's worst side involves systematic cruelty toward vulnerable people.
I'm not systematically cruel. I'm someone who made a very bad mistake.
You're someone who revealed her true character when she thought there would be no consequences.
If that's really how you see me, then I guess there's nothing I can say to change your mind.
There's nothing you can say because you've already shown me who you are. Actions speak louder than words, Sarah.
Then let me show you who I am through my future actions. Let me prove that I can be better.
I'm 72 years old. I don't have time to watch you slowly become a decent human being.
You don't have to watch me become anything. You just have to give me the chance to treat you with the respect you deserve.
The respect I deserve? Sarah, I deserved respect 3 years ago when you first joined this family. I deserved respect this morning before you decided to show me your true character.
You're right. You deserved respect all along, and I failed to give it to you. But it's not too late for me to start.
It's too late for you to benefit from starting. The damage is done and the decisions are made.
What decisions, Margaret? Please tell me exactly what you're planning to do.
I'm planning to change my will, sell this house, and move somewhere you'll never find me. Somewhere I can live in peace without worrying about your cruelty.
Sell this house? Margaret, this house means everything to you. You said it holds 40 years of memories.
It does hold 40 years of memories, but as of today, it also holds the memory of my daughter-in-law telling me I'm worthless. That ruins everything else.
Don't let my mistake ruin 40 years of happy memories. Please don't let my cruelty destroy something you love.
You should have thought about that before you decided to show me your true character, Sarah.
I should have thought about a lot of things, but please don't make irreversible decisions based on my irreversible